Welcome one, welcome all to another episode of Toss a Mic to Your Twitcher. I am your host, John, aka Sith, and I'm joined here with Adam in the foreground, Donald in the background. They are Forge Strength, and they're here to tell you all about their Twitch channel, about themselves, and educate us a little bit about the world of strongmen and beyond. So without further ado, if you guys just please introduce yourself and tell us just a little bit about you, about your channel, just have a quick lowdown of what's going on.
Like I was saying, my name's Adam. I'm kind of the reason that we are on Twitch.
Yeah.
I've been streaming on and off ever since Justin TV, and I've always loved streaming, always loved the community, and just to something about me that's interesting, I would say, is I've been on this platform since Justin TV. This is not the main account that's been on since Justin TV. I actually have another one. So it's I've been on this platform for way too long.
I was there when it was Justin TV. And I was doing that live streaming the wrestling. Yeah.
Wrestling, I didn't know that background. That's awesome.
And I'm Donald. I'm originally from Iowa, but I have more of the background in weightlifting. So not the background in streaming or anything, but I've always had a thing for lifting. So that's I was sort of the reason why we got back into that.
That's awesome. So on that note, what type of fitness are you guys into?
It's powerlifting and strongman.
Yeah,
right?
I was originally into bodybuilding. That's what I got into first in 2012.
Actually, you got me into that too.
Yeah.
And
at first.
We first I did a week workout with you when we were both living out there.
Yeah.
And but you used to look jacked. Now look at you.
Damn.
Well, what does that mean? I used to do just a ton of upper body work. I never really got into squats or deadlifts or anything like that.
So,
but it was just a lot of bench press.
So
a lot of shoulder
workouts. The bro workouts then. I was a fellow bro lifter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we first started, you said I couldn't go up and weight unless I could do something 10 times.
So originally that was the thought, was when I was bodybuilding, me and my buddy Armante, we went to the gym, and my idea was if you can't do 10 reps on the weight, then you can't move up. So we were sort of doing a 5x5 variation, except it was you had to do 3 sets of 10 reps on bench press, and if you couldn't do all 3 sets of 10, then you couldn't move up. And it was that was garbage.
Hey,
well, now it's garbage.
Yeah.
Now that we have we both researched lifting in general so much, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the strongman and powerlifting worlds, have you guys competed in those sports, or do you plan to?
Yeah, I actually wore the shirt.
There you go.
For our competition. We went to the 805 Strongest. We what did we place? I placed 6th. I tied for 6th with 10 other people, and then you tied.
And I came in 10th.
Nice.
Yeah, out of 15.
That's awesome. Congrats.
So we're both losers.
Aren't we all?
it's messed up because when we were there, if one of us zeroed out on one of the, like if I zeroed out on one of the actual like lifts, I would have actually placed higher.
Yeah. Huh. How does that work?
But that's the, with strongman, there's like a little bit of a game that happens with. So it's like if you know you're not going to do super well, like you could still go and do the lift and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's better to just zero out on certain things because it's like save that energy for like the next lift and go all out.
So the reason behind that is if you have 15 competitors, the way that it works in strongman is the point system is 1 through 15.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come in 15th place on an event, like if you come in last, you get 15 points. So the least amount of points ends up winning. So if you zero an event, that means you have no points for that event. And like the top 4 events like counts. So if you zero out on an event, you have an advantage there.
Huh. Interesting. Never knew that. Learn something new every day, huh? But
well, the main reason why we knew that was because we actually ended up going to a competition at the LA Fit Expo, which was put on by the same guy that put on this, which was Ode Haugen. He put this on at the training hall. That one was actually at the LA Convention Center. And what ended up, we ended up talking to a good number of the competitors. We actually got to talk to Martins. He got a photo with him. We talked to a good number of those competitors, and like that was a level 3 competition.
Yeah, level 2 or level 3, one of the two.
No, because didn't Jose go up to state?
I think state is like a level 3.
Oh, then that was a state then, because he was able to go to Arnold's after that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a qualifying competition for like the Arnold amateurs.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Sounds like you learned a lot from just kind of picking things up, attending meets, and seeing what's going on.
We actually met a guy from Iowa, which was ironic. Like we actually talked to a guy from where did he say he lived in?
Oh, I can't remember now. It's been a while.
Started with a C.
There's a lot of
Cedar Rapids
in Iowa. Cedar Rapids?
He said it was from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And like he told us about his training and stuff, and and he's the one that explained to us that like there's like normally 5 events and you could normally zero out on one and just have the other 4 be like your main ones.
If you know you suck at an event, it's like don't even try. Just save your energy.
Yeah, like with Don with squats. You know?
Damn, shots fired. All right, so what hold on one second, guys. Eat it, pal. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to the dark side of Twitch. We are joined here today with Forge Strength, who are fellow Twitch streamers. Welcome in, everybody. We're getting to know them. They are strongmen and powerlifters. We're just talking about strongman competitions, how all that goes down. If you guys have questions for them going forward, please feel free to drop them. We're going to grill them as much as we can. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. Eat it. Hope your stream went really well. Yeah.
Peace.
Hey, Kinky Butt Socks. Thank you for the follow. Passion. Holy shit, with a name like that. That might be the best name I've ever seen on Twitch. That might be it. That's at least top 3.
I gotta say, I love some of these people's names on Twitch. Like, oh my fucking
I know,
god.
they're great.
Like, some of them make me laugh. Like, and I look up, like, in the middle of a set.
Peace.
And I see, like,
lie.
Comes in Pants.
Passion.
has followed you, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I love it. And that's Russell. Thank you very much for the follow too. Welcome to the dark side of Twitch, everybody. So, just met these dudes the other day. Hell yeah. They're your Forged Strength, correct? On Twitch? I'm not wrong about that.
Yeah, it's Forged Strength.
Yeah, so
I ended up switching it, although Don didn't like it.
Well, strength. We're not just about strength, as in like strongman and powerlifting, because when like during competitions, for you, for instance, in powerlifting, they call you athletes, right? So it's like it sounds more official that way. So it's like Forged Strength and athletics.
I mean, to be fair, calling me athletic in any form nowadays is a little bit generous. But I appreciate the gesture. I see where you're coming from too, man.
Okay, well, in strongman, I mean, we have to do like loading events, and you have to be able to run. You have to have endurance and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you gotta be able to pull a truck.
Yeah,
you gotta be able to
carry stones,
run with a heavy weight on your back.
Yeah. On that note, what's your favorite lift, guys? What's that event that speaks to you the most? That's unique about strongman.
I had a question about that because, like, you didn't specify with powerlifting and strongman, because I actually have one for powerlifting.
I was going to grill you on both. Yeah. give me one of each. One powerlifting, one strongman, then.
Because my favorite lift for powerlifting is actually squats. I actually love squats.
Yeah, I can see that. You put up some beastly numbers, man. It's not fair.
Well, you can blame him, honestly. Like, and I say this on our stream all the time. Like, you're the one that puts together like all our programs. Like, he puts in like the research for me to like make sure that like I'm hitting my goals and stuff. And like he does a lot for me, and he's not even getting paid for it.
That's awesome. So squat and powerlifting then. What's your favorite strongman event?
Oh, dude, like I know you probably think it's yoke, but I actually like doing log. Like,
well, I mean, because we've only done like a certain amount of like the lifts right now. I mean, we haven't done like there's a ton of them that we haven't done yet. Just True. Because we've only competed once. So, I mean, yeah, like as of right now, like log is his favorite, but eventually,
dude, like if I was able to pull a fucking truck, like,
oh yeah,
dude,
or a plane, let alone,
right? Like if they allowed me to do that, like anyone allowed me to do that, I'd fucking do it. Like even today, like and they're like, hey, can you come out to like LAX? We need you to pull a plane real quick. Me? Sure.
Yeah, if I have to, I guess I could go pull a fucking plane.
I'd be down.
Hell, I'd try it. I would fail miserably, but I'd still try, damn it. You can't not take that opportunity. Ooh, Fat Russell says Atlas stones look miserable. What are your thoughts on Atlas stones?
Atlas stones are my favorite strongman lift.
Fucking do it.
And deadlift would have to be my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Since I've got my form down on it.
It used to be overhead, right?
Yeah.
Because your overhead was like really, really good, and now you just started tanking for some reason.
Right. Yeah, my pressing has taken a hit.
Damn.
And my pressing has not stopped. Like I'm weird. Like my lifts have not stopped growing ever since I've started this whole like. Okay, let me go off tangent real quick. And this might answer a couple of your questions right now. So I'm gonna go off tangent real quick. So we started this whole thing with like I met Dawn in Iowa, and then we did that whole bodybuilding thing for 1 week. I could not lift the fucking bar.
Right. Could not bench the bar.
I could not bench the bar at all. And I believe by the end of that week, I still couldn't bench the bar.
No, because we only had like one bench day or whatever. So
Yeah, so I still
like,
didn't bench the bar.
Right.
And then he, like, we got to know each other a lot more. When I was living out in Iowa for a year, and he decided, well, fuck it, I don't like living out there anymore. I'm just gonna move here to Cali. And so he moved out here. After a year or so, things weren't going too hot for you. Like he'll talk more about it in a minute. I'm just doing like oversight, but I'm trying to get to the point. So we started out doing bodybuilding in 2017.
Yeah, September.
Yeah. So we started doing bodybuilding, and I believe whose program were we on? It was some dude that was like making us do 30, 20, 10. But
that would have been Chris Gethin, if anybody knows who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking killer, dude.
Yeah,
he's insane. And like the first day we ended up going to the gym. So every time you guys go and like have a gym membership, they give you that like, oh, here's like a complimentary like training day. You guys can totally do it, and here like let's do that. So we told the guy, oh yeah, we want to do weight loss and we just want to like look good. We want to start doing bodybuilding. Dude put us through like 15 minutes of fucking hell. Yeah. Like he had to leave at like 10 minutes to throw up. And then I threw up on the ride home.
It was circuit training.
Yeah. Circuit
training.
Training.
Familiar with that. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what circuit training is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. It was
so yeah, like that dude was a horrible trainer. And so after that, we just got pissed because we were like, there's no fucking way that like we're gonna be doing shit like that. Yeah. So we're all like, we're just gonna go in with our own program, with our own thing. So we did like the Chris Gethin thing. I ended up going down to 250 something.
Yeah, something like that.
253. Because I know it was
like
an odd number.
40 or 50 pounds.
And you went down to
I was down to like 220.
220. Like we look skinny as fuck. And I was talking to my dad because my dad actually did bodybuilding back in the day. Can you pass me that blue? Because I said I was going to show him on screen, my dad. So might as well do it now. I have a thing here.
You saw it here first, folks. Let's see.
So this is my pops.
Damn, save some gains for the rest of us. Shit.
Yeah, my dad was like straight up. I think he said he had 18 or 20-inch biceps. And like I asked him, I'm like, Dad, like what was your 1 rep maxes, man? And he told me it was like 300 for bench, 300 for bench, 300 for deadlift. Oh no, 400 for deadlift. And then I think he said like 405 for squat. And I told Don, I'm like, dude, I need to beat my dad's number. Like, what's the fastest way I could do that? And he's like, well, we'd have to do powerlifting, like for something like that. Mm-hmm. And so we started doing powerlifting. Like we stopped doing bodybuilding and just went into powerlifting.
January 2018.
Oh, never look back from then.
And then I believe it was like a month later, like you and me were just like, because my numbers were not going up, so we started like studying people. So we started studying like I started studying big guys like Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, Jerry Pritchett, like all these strongmen, like because they were like at the top of YouTube for like a reason. So I started studying these guys, and I'm like, dude, like what do these guys do is like crazy. Like can we do that? And Don's like, sure. Like we could totally do that.
The reason why we stumbled across like the strongmen was because we got told that our deadlift form was absolute shit one day in the gym, and that we were gonna just like mess ourselves up. So we were like, okay, so we need to like research this a little bit and figure out how to deadlift. And we came across Brian Shaw's video on how to deadlift. And you were like, hey, you want to go to the gym tonight and try out these techniques? That's when we went in with all the gym bros and everything, and we tried out like his technique. And that's when I had that like I tore like the cartilage or whatever.
I thought that was before that.
It might have been like right before that. But we didn't have like the breathing down, or I didn't have the breathing down. Like I didn't understand like taking like a deep breath and stuff like that. And I thought I was having like a heart attack, honestly. And it was only like 2 plates on there, so it was like 225 pounds. And I was like, fuck, like I'm never gonna get this down. But yeah, that's when we switched over to like strongman. We wanted to get like the implements and stuff like that.
Yeah, we just wanted to like try it out and be to see if like we could actually do this stuff. Because like the guys that are normally in it are so big. Like
there is only passion.
Bigger than like us. And I think it was only recently that we discovered that like there's an actual like worlds for like smaller guys. There's like the world's strongest man that's put on by Tachi Palace, and then there's like us, it's the Strongman Games that's put on by Strongman Corporation or something like that.
Cool.
But yeah, I want to go off tangent and tell you about that, because it's like this whole journey is just because of ego. Like this whole thing was literally because of ego. Like I just wanted to beat my dad's numbers, and like we both decided, oh, well, we'll just do strongman now.
I think after like 2.5 years, it's finally slowed down a little bit to where we're like understanding the mechanics of like the lifts and everything. But yeah, that's how it started.
That's funny. Something small like that can be a real drive for you. I know the feeling. But let's see. So on kind of looking towards the future of you and the strength sports in general, are you planning to compete in powerlifting at all? I know you mentioned the strongman competition. And then kind of what are your longer term goals in the sport? Or either sport, both sports, all of them. I want to know it all.
Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna compete in powerlifting at least a couple of times, because like my lifts they're good, but I feel like I have quite a distance to go with some of the lifts, yeah, I still want to compete in strongman. It's just because those are just fun, like those lifts, the implements and everything. People are like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, and it's like there's so much technique to doing it, but it is a lot of fun. But yeah, I want to compete in powerlifting at some point. And short term goals are sort of like just getting my numbers up and focusing on building like the best technique for everything. And then long-term goals is competing in like bigger events and looking for like my pro card in something. So
it's awesome, man. What about you, Adam?
For me, like I plan on going really, really far with strongman. I plan on trying to get on to the World's Strongest Man stage. Like there's a lot of guys that are on that stage already that most people will never see because they're not the ones that do like the crazy reps or like are super well known. But like I plan on at least getting there and like trying to eventually trying to win World's Strongest Man. But right now, like I don't really plan on going into powerlifting. Like my squat does not go as low as it should. Like,
Yeah.
but my deadlift form and my bench are okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like my bench, I could be able to slow it down, or well, I have been able to slow it down,
Yeah.
and hold it and then press.
You have come a long way.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, I think both of you are going to great places, and sounds like you have individual goals, but at least they, align, and it's getting stronger, right? That's the dream.
I think the big goal for us both is opening up a gym.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
That's probably like the longest term goal.
So what kind of gym would it be? Would it be triggered or targeted, rather, towards strength sports in general?
It would be like a strongman powerlifting gym.
That's badass.
Honestly, because like Don and I have been in like our local gym for like over a year now, and we both don't like certain things that happen in that gym.
Oh, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, I said over a year.
Yeah, September 2017, we got the membership at LA Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed there for so long, and eventually, I knew it the day that he hit a 500-pound deadlift, and he screamed so loud that everybody like stopped what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, we kind of need to like get our own place. I don't know this guy.
I was so fucking excited though, like because the cycle before that, I did not lift it because I was smoking.
Yeah.
Because I smoked that week and I just did too much. I didn't do it just for like pain or like recovery.
Mhm.
I just did it recreationally. Oh yeah, Sith, I smoke too, man. But, and so like I messed myself up because my body for some reason just didn't work. Like I just couldn't get a good feel for the position, and I just couldn't lift 500. I was so upset. So like when I actually lifted that 500, like fuck yeah, I'm gonna scream, dude. Like I was so happy.
I know the feeling. I was talked to and kicked out of a YMCA for repping out 400, and not even slamming it, not even screaming, just quietly doing my thing in the corner. And then I literally had a trainer run over to me and just go, "Hey, this is an old person gym." I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Hit that look,
right? Like, all right, man. I guess this isn't the place for me.
I just want one of those in our gym, just in case if someone's like lifting too little. Like this guy needs a trainer. Help him.
I do the opposite. Be like, "Why aren't you yelling, man? Come on."
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I want to hear you over the music.
Which will be blaring, obviously.
Yes.
All right, so shifting gears a little bit, why don't you tell us a little bit about your Twitch channel and why the name Forge? What does that mean to you?
Motherfucker, we both chose Forge. Fuck you.
Pretty sure you came up with it first.
Well, yeah, but
we had DNA first.
yeah, so uninterestingly, we both chose DNA, Donald and Adam. But like there's so many like things out there that's DNA based that like if we like actually try to brand that, like it's gonna be weird. Like people are gonna come up with like different things and like different places. It's like that's just a headache. So
we started out with apparel first.
yeah,
That was the whole point of like getting started with Instagram, was showing off like our designs and stuff like that. We weren't even like posting like our training videos yet.
and when we started doing Twitch, we literally just wanted to have a platform for us to like take clips and like be able to be like, okay, well, here's a recording. I could just take the recording, like our training, and then put it on Instagram. So that's what the whole reason for us going on Twitch was. But then later on, like you, Sith, you were actually like one of the first people that was like, oh yeah, you should keep going. Like you should like keep doing this.
Right.
Like because like no one else does strongman on here. And like look at it now. There's like there's Half Thor, there's Martins, there's who else? Like
that one guy that
oh yeah, that one strongman like that's on Twitch as well. But like I don't think he does strongman events.
Well, because he does say that he's a competitive strongman or whatever.
Yeah,
in like his bio.
So we're both at the same level.
Yeah, you guys were actually, fun fact, one of the like probably the first fitness stream I ever saw on Twitch, and I was like, holy shit, this is a thing. This is possible. You guys actually helped inspire me to pursue this. So hats off to you guys.
I think it was so much easier for us to sort of gain traction a little bit because we were doing strongman events and that was it. That's all we were doing because we were doing our like main lifts inside the gym, and starting up a stream inside the gym is just kind of awkward. So to see like those weird implements being lifted, I think it was interesting for people to watch, so we sort of gained traction a little bit.
Yeah, Savannah's exactly right. That's my wife. Says the very first, we both sat on the couch watching you guys. We creeped really hard.
That's honestly pretty cool. It's crazy because like most of the time like we don't have a ton of followers or like a ton of people that watch us. But like we do understand that people will come and like watch the VOD, and like that's where we try to be like Donald's more informative, and I'm trying to be like a little more entertaining. But Donald, like you know so much like about this stuff because literally all you do is like study this, and like for me, and I say this all the time, I just show up and I do the weight. Like I just show up. And Donald tells me what the weight I have to do that day is, and I show up and do it.
I'll be like, bro, so after this cycle, I have this new program, and he's like, oh, fuck. It's like, what did he come up with now? And I'm like, bro, like you got to check this out. Like I have this and that and all this in here, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be a game changer.
Me? Yeah, I don't want to do that stuff.
That's funny.
That stuff's scary.
Nothing like a surprise program.
Yeah, so I just build programs all the time, and that help with like certain like I have people back home in Iowa that get like programs from me, and they want specific things in there, and it's just bodybuilding. Like nobody wants like strength programs because they're intimidated by squats and deadlifts and everything, but I just build programs.
Dude, squats are scary, honestly.
Yeah.
Like because it's such a
it can fold you in half real fast.
It's true.
Well, Seth, I'm rating you right now, just in case. But squats are really a scary exercise for most people, and I've seen this. Because most people will literally go like half an inch down and then go back up because they don't want. Like a couple people I've talked to, they said I don't want to blow out my back.
Yeah,
and it's like, but you're not working your back. You're working your legs. Like it's your legs that are working.
I think most people are afraid to like get down in the hole, and it's like not being able to get back up, and then all of a sudden you have that panic sets in, and it's like, and then all of a sudden you just go, your torso goes forward, and that's it. Like it's gonna fold you over.
There's a lot of ways that squats can go wrong, so I do understand it. It's especially weird the first time you actually hit depth and realize how deep that feels, and that it's different than like a standard quarter squat that most people would do. But
like I've noticed that it's like so much easier to get into like the hole with ollie shoes on, with the squat shoes.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much easier.
Oh yeah,
it's so much easier. Like I actually have a pair for our strongman events. Like I will swap out to those for overhead press.
Yeah, you did use it on the log, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the log and the stone. Yeah. I'll wear that. So in case anyone doesn't know, ollie shoes are basically the squat shoes. It's just like a foam pad that's like a hard foam pad that's like super thick. I wish I had it, but that's like super thick foam, and it's like at a gradient. I believe mine is at like 2-inch.
It's the heel is what he's talking about. The heel is raised on squat shoes.
Yeah, you're basically wearing high heels.
it's pretty hot.
So it's mainly like for people who have ankle like mobility issues and have a hard time like getting in that position. You know, a lot of people just use like flat shoes like Chucks. And as long as you have like the ankle mobility, I mean, you don't necessarily need squat shoes, but it is easier to get into the hole, especially if you're a power lifter.
Yeah, for me, like I don't use them like at all, even though I have them. Like, and I remember you said you wanted to start using them for your squats, but now it's like you almost died yesterday.
Well, no, I almost died because I put my heels up on, I think it was our like 5-pound plates just to get that extra mobility.
That's right.
And I almost died doing that.
Hey, you gotta be careful with that one. My boy Wasted Crew back on the whole doing the leg day thing and how it's scary. He says it's very scary, the thought of not skipping leg day.
Like, honestly, we skipped leg day for like over like for half a year, right? Like we did not do squats for like half a year because we had to learn how to do squats.
Well, what happened first was we were doing a lot of like high bar squats, and I was getting folded like every single time. But I was relentless, so I just like kept on going up in weight, and it would just fold me over like every single time. And then I was like, fuck it, like I can't do squats. I don't know why, but I just can't. So I started doing front squats instead, which was a lot easier. And then I learned about low bar, and I like got myself into that position. And the first time that I did, 315 went up like no problem. But before with high bar, it was folding me.
Mm-hmm.
So technique, like as long as you learn technique, you know, you can achieve like any of the lifts.
Exactly.
So like everything's like technique, breathing technique, like how fast you're going down, like how fast you're pulling. It's crazy.
Hey, you're not wrong. It's a huge part of the lifts that people don't realize what a role it plays in it. And like, it's not just keeping yourself safe, but it also helps you move more weight. So it's a win-win if you learn the right technique.
Like I believe it that like we were streaming one day, or you were streaming one day, and some guy was like, "Are you sure you could handle that weight?" And you were doing like, what was it, incline press? It was only like 100 pounds incline press.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was streaming, and I was doing like, it was like a high incline with like 100 pounds. And it's like, dude, do you see how much, like, you have to go back and watch our older videos to, you know, before you comment on something like that. Like, of course I can handle it. It's only I was doing like pin press with it, and it's like 100 pounds isn't anything now. But yeah, it's funny people who don't lift like commenting on things.
I just hit him with the "Do you even lift?" Ends every conversation right there. All right, but shifting gears a little bit. So we talked a little bit about your Twitch channel and everything. Do you guys have jobs outside of Twitch? And if you don't mind, I mean, I know you shared, your aspirations for opening a gym and everything, and the apparel company. But tell us a little bit more about what you do in your day-to-day lives.
Well, we both do security now, but when we first started lifting, neither one of us had a job, and then we sort of like once we got back from Iowa, like our trip out to the Midwest to get the rest of my stuff.
I had a job. I was a student. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a job.
Me too.
Anyway, we had real jobs after we came back, and we both worked for Walmart, and then we switched over to security like a year and a half later or something like that.
No, it was like it was a year and a half. I worked there for a year. Fuck. Yeah. It went downhill in a year.
That realization when it hits you.
That's like I have so many gripes with that Walmart. I cannot get into it because then I'm gonna probably get sued. like I have so many gripes. Like I cannot. Like if I was in person, I could tell you like everything I felt was wrong with that Walmart, but like in reality, like everything was fine. And I just removed myself from that situation, and I ended up getting a job in security, and everything's fine
There
now.
you go.
So
sometimes that's the best thing you can do, is just remove yourself.
Yeah, and sometimes the scheduling is kind of jacked up. So like we're like on days when we have to work like in the morning or something, and then it's like we have to come and like lift really heavy, and it's like but it's
now we're
still have to work, because right now it's still more of like a hobby because we're pumping money into it. We're not getting anything out of it right now, but yeah, I mean we still have to work.
But like I was telling you the other day, like our bodies are able to do it like regardless of like what time or like what day. Like as long as we have enough fuel in our body, like our bodies are able to do the weight. It's just a matter of like comfortability, and because we both normally wake up at like 9 o'clock, start the stream at 10, and then start lifting really heavy around 11 o'clock. And like most of our like major lifts come around like early in the morning. So like when we're both not able to do that, like I've noticed that like for you, like you sometimes do better when it's like later in the day.
Yeah, our body likes what it
because
likes.
like you're food in stuff.
My squats actually like were a lot better yesterday than if I was to do it in the morning.
Yeah, but then you died.
Yeah. I ran out of gas.
Shit happens, man. Happens to the best of us.
You ran out of gas in Colorado, the worst place to run out of gas.
All right, so Donald, this one's for you. I heard you create music. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
All right, I'm gonna walk away because this is gonna take fucking minutes.
I got started with music in 2006. I was a senior in high school, and I got like a dynamic mic from Radio Shack, and I hooked it to my laptop, and I had some friends that were singers, and they were in choir, and then I had some friends who wanted to rap. So I got all this stuff like set up. And I went to college, and when I got back to my hometown in 2010, we started recording again. And yeah, so at that point I got my wasn't really like a degree, but it was like a certification in audio mixing. And then I just started creating beats and mixing. So yeah, I've been in it for a long time, but I still need to get on and like stream and show like my process and do some mixing and stuff on there.
So what kind of music do you prefer to make, and everything like that? Like, just kind of step me through as an amateur in the music world.
Most of it is R&B and hip hop.
Nice.
Making beats is easier because I can't really play like any instruments. Like I know a little bit on like piano, but yeah, I just do like a lot of like synthesized like rap music.
Very cool. Now, is your music anywhere that we'd be able to find it? On Spotify or iTunes or anything like that?
Yeah, if you look up Little Chicago's Finest, that was actually a rap group in my hometown. 3 of my friends who formed that. That they you can find it on like Spotify and iTunes.
I'll link it in the chat right now.
So I created a couple of the beats for my own and Mind Lift, and then that's when I first started making beats. So they're they're good like melodic, but they're not like really like high quality beats. And then I have a whole bunch of stuff like you can find my SoundCloud if you want to like find that. Good Holland team. Yeah, so I have a SoundCloud where there's like a ton of music on there that you can look at, and most of it is stuff that I mixed. It's not really like I didn't actually like create it, because my thing I like the technical side of things, so I mix a lot of music. So mixing vocals, I've done some work with the Plain White Tees and I forget the guy's name. This R&B artist out of New York.
It's awesome, man. Good for you.
Yeah. So I my thing is mixing.
Hell yeah. So you've been doing it since 2010, you said. Damn. Fucking pro by now.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. It's not many.
A little bit. I was actually just telling Adam about like one of his VSTs or like one of the effects that he has, or plugins that he has on his system. It's a compressor that he used for this, and so I was telling him a little bit about it, even though it's like he doesn't he doesn't want to know this information.
Blast over a little bit.
I kind of do, like, because like it affects me, so like I kind of want to know.
Well, it's very cool, Donald. I'm going to shift the focus over to you here for a second, Adam. So you do more of the gaming streams on the channel and everything, correct? Sweet.
Correct.
Well, what do you like to play on Twitch, and what do you like to play in general? Educate us. Tell us how you got into gaming, the whole 9 yards.
Oh my freaking god, where do I begin? Okay. So, Fun fact, I actually started out playing video games when I was a kid. We had a Super Nintendo when I was a kid, and the first game that I ever played, I never finished this game, by the way, was Star Wars. I believe it was A New Hope.
Nice.
It was the one where you go to Jabba's palace, and it's the platformer.
Mhm.
So I've seen people beat this game in 30 minutes. I never beat this game yet. Like as a kid, I was never able to beat the game. Like I never left the first level.
Well, those games are punishing. They'll punish you real quick.
No, like the game looks super easy. like now it looks like super easy to me, and like I'm like, oh yeah, I could probably go back and beat it. Like but I just never have gone back to like beat that game. But that's where it all started for me. I just fell in love with like video games with that. And then I got to see my brother actually play like Final Fantasy on his PS1. And like that was like, oh my god, like
Look at the graphics.
yeah, look, the graphics were like crazy
So
at the
real.
time. Like it was like, oh my god. Like now that I look at it, they look like shit.
Yeah.
But like that's because my eyes back then were like so like that was like the shit.
You were used to like the blocks with N64 and stuff like
Dude,
that.
I was used to tube television. Like
Right.
like I was used to tube television until I did not see an LED screen till I was in high school.
Mhm.
Like I had the big fat monitor like when I was in high school.
Mhm.
So like but with gaming, like my brother, like he played Final Fantasy, and then he started playing like World of Warcraft. And for me, like he had so much fun like playing WoW. It was crazy because at the time he was using, I believe it was Ventrilo. For those OGs out there that know what Ventrilo is, Ventrilo is basically like Discord, but you have to pay for it. So he started off with Ventrilo and World of Warcraft, and he was raiding. And I would always ask him, "Yo, can I watch you raid?" He'd always tell me no, but then I'd always like show up in his room like half an hour later, just watch him. And like from that, I miss my Vent days. But like after that, like I started I started wanting to like play like World of Warcraft. And I asked my mom, like, hey, can you like can we get a better computer so I can play World of Warcraft, or can we get a better computer so I can play some games? And my mom always said no because computers were more expensive than a system at the time. So my mom ended up getting a PS2, and I played GTA for like a week. And then she came in and she saw what GTA was, and she immediately threw it away. And that's GTA San Andreas, by the way. So after that, like I just started playing like racing games. Like I fell in love with Midnight Club 3. I believe that was Xbox 360 though. Like I still have the game. Like I still have my Xbox 360.
Hell yeah.
Because I have it signed by a couple of YouTubers when I went to RTX back in the day. Back in, when was it? 2014. I went there. Because I have the badge. But like I just fell in love with gaming because of my brother, and like the whole streaming thing actually came later because I wanted me playing World of Warcraft. A lot of people didn't know certain things, like people didn't know like the lore or like certain things about the game. So like my old school handle was like Guide to Undercity, which is a city in World of Warcraft, and like one of the capital cities for the Horde, which is the beanie that I'm wearing. Oh, is the camera good?
Oh, did we freeze on mine? I'm seeing you fine. Shit, I think you're right.
It looks on the stream it froze.
Because it's showing fine on my screen. But let me recapture it. Alright, I think you're back. Sorry about that. We got the audio and everything. I'm making sure the levels are looking good. But yeah, you're back.
Yeah. But like I made that YouTube account, Guide to Undercity, and I walked around with like I think it was like 10 people, and I would just show people like what like, oh, this is the lore and this is why this exists, and like this is why this is like we have these things and stuff like that. I was like a historian at the age of like 14 in a video game. Okay. And I never got views on my YouTube channel. I believe I only got like 20 views one time. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Like, no. One of my videos ended up getting 20 views. But then I believe I ended up getting 5 views on my YouTube channel. And I was like, oh my God, 5 views? It's crazy. It's crazy.
The world is watching me.
Yeah, the world's watching. Oh my God. So many people are watching. And it's it literally started from there. It's like I wanted to like educate people about World of Warcraft, and then I believe one of my friends came up to me. He's like, dude, like no one's gonna care about like you explaining the lore of this one city or like the lore of this like game. Like no one cares. And and this is the fucked up thing. Like I listened to him, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like no one's gonna care. Like I should just stop." Like, so I actually stopped. I stopped using. I stopped making videos, and like at the time, like I was like editing and stuff, and they would be like half an hour videos, and but like with gaming, back to what you were saying, like gaming and video making like just came hand in hand with me. And I would just like watch YouTubers like have like so much fun playing a game on their computer, and I'm like, dude, I wish I had like a computer like that. Like I wish I had like a system like that. And then like when it came out that like people were using like their Xboxes or their PS4s with their computer, I was like, dude, I need to do that. Like I need to be able to do that. And eventually now I can. But for the most part, it's with my gaming journey, it's been really interesting. And it's literally just been because of my brother that I've played so many games. But I'm mainly like, because I know you've been playing Witcher, my friend.
Yes, sir.
And
playing is a strong word.
And there's so much in lore in that game. Oh my God, there's like so much stuff that you could do. And like I said, I have like 200 plus hours in that game, and I'm still not done with it.
Wow.
And it's just like for the like I'm such a completionist. Like I love just completing games. Like they're like I could go through my my Steam library, because I know you play games off of your Xbox.
Yes, sir. Dirty console gamer.
Like I have so many games on my PC or in my Steam library that's like, and I've only completed. I have a list of finished games. I've only finished 45 of them, and I have over like 150.
Damn. Yeah, I got a hell of a backlog myself. I have a bad problem with doing the opposite. I don't finish games. I'm really bad at finishing games. but we'll see.
Well, it's like I understand why some people like don't finish games, because like you fall out of love with them.
Mm-hmm.
What's a typical day of meals look like for a strongman? How many calories are you supposed to choke
This man's
down?
trying to fatten me up.
Hey,
A lot.
hey, Seth. Like, if you ever come to LA, man, like, just know you're coming to my gym. Like,
Yeah, right.
you're coming down here and you're lifting an Atlas stuff.
I want to,
Like,
man.
just
I
so you
want
know.
to. The Atlas stunt specifically looks badass.
But like for meals, it's actually different for me and him.
Mhm.
So for me, it's strictly because of body weight. So body weight and muscle gain, correct?
Yeah, like meal plans. I mean it's basically, I mean, you have to hit like your macros if you want to gain weight and gain muscle, but we don't hit our macros.
Hell no, dude.
We probably don't even know what our macros are at the moment, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't been to a nutritionist. Fuck that.
So just eat whatever you can get your hands on. The seafood diet.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say, and like I get around 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day.
I get around 3,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
When my teeth weren't fucked up. When my teeth weren't messed up, I would get around 3,000. Almost. I remember I calculated one day. I almost hit 4,000 because like I was eating so much fucking rice, and so much rice and so much what was it? Like just empty, like empty calories.
Right.
Like just soda.
Yes.
But for us, like accordingly, like we both been on different. Okay, that's not too bad. Like for me and Don, we both yours estimated calories was like over 3,000, right? And mine's was like 4,300 something.
No, in order to gain weight, because I'm sitting at around 260 pounds right now. So in order for me to gain weight, I had to be around like 4,200 calories a day, and that's a lot, to try and eat, especially if you're trying to eat like foods that are like good and healthy, and you're trying to like just do like clean calories. It's a lot to try and choke down.
Yeah, I think personally my like break-even maintenance calories, according to like MyFitnessPal or whatever the hell, is like right at that 4K mark. It's like holy shit. You know what?
Well, it's like you're also tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like if it's funny because if me and you stood next to him, it would literally be like you, me, like a little bit higher, and then like him, and like the whole like you would probably have to eat more than us, honestly, if you wanted to gain weight.
More. Yeah.
Yeah. Nutrition's the hardest part. I think it always has been, always will be. My opinion.
And that's what honestly separates like people's goals from like what people actually get at the end of the day, because like the gym is only like what 20%. Going to the gym is like 20% of like what you're actually getting when you want to lose weight.
Yeah, if you're a bodybuilder.
Yeah, if you're wanting to lose weight, the gym is only like 20%, and then like 80% is your actual diet and how much and what you're eating and like your caloric intake.
Very cool. So I'm gonna put you guys on the spot here. I just want to know, would you tell us one thing about yourselves, one thing each, that people might not know or might not expect from you guys? Just a really out of left field fun fact for us.
I was a bowler for 20
Okay.
years.
All right.
Granted, people might expect that, because it's like one of the
But-
widest things to do.
But you have like championships under your belt, right?
Yeah, one championship.
Like he's actually won bowling tournaments.
Badass.
Which isn't. I mean, it's not too impressive, but once again, technique is a thing in that.
For me, I would say that a lot of people wouldn't know that I'm actually like a creative writer. I can't bowl for shit, bro. Savannah, like he has to teach me how to bowl one of these days. Like after Corona is done, like we both have to go bowling. Like we both agreed to this. Like we tried when we went to Vegas. That's a whole nother can of worms. That's a whole nother can of worms. But like we tried, but like there was the bowling alley was closed because I believe IBM was there, right? Like
they
IBM
had something like that. Yeah,
IBM took over the bowling ring.
So we did bowling like in the hotel, and like it was like these really like the
ball was like this big.
Candle pin
like that. It was garbage. Nowhere near like what actual bowling is like.
But yeah, for me, like I used to write short stories for a page that's currently gone. It used to be creativewriters.org or something. And I used to put out a short story like every 2 months. And my pen name was Pix, which is my last name. Like I would just create these stories that like a lot of people would comment. By a lot of people I mean like two people would always comment like you should like continue the story next time, you should like continue the story, this is so interesting. And it's like I would never want to, because like number one, a lot of the stories were kind of like weird and like editing a story down like is so it's so degrading to me, because it's like you have to cut filler. But like sometimes the filler has to be there, but you have to make choices, and you have to choose between like what's more important, that this person or this character that you're making up has this story about them, and the person needs to know about that real quick, or should you just cut that out, make that person less interesting, and focus on like the overall story? And it's like I just never got the handle on like actually editing down a story. Like I always had a friend, her name was Jessica, and she would always like edit down my stories for me. And then I don't know what happened to her, but okay.
That's the worst, to have somebody else like edit your like creativity.
Well, now like I create stories for my D&D group, so like none of like literally I can't edit it down or anything, because the story is what they make. So literally all I have is like bullet points.
Right.
So
very cool. I guess that would lend itself very well to being a dungeon master, I'd imagine.
I know some people that don't really do the whole like create your own story. Like I don't like doing that a lot, because then I get attached to the story and I want it to go a certain way. So I actually, can you pass me one of them? Just a random one. Like I actually have like books.
Ah, nice.
I actually have D&D books. and my regular D&D group that we actually like congregate with each other and we actually chill. We usually go through one of those books. I believe we were halfway through Curse of Strahd. Yeah, it's Curse of Strahd. We were like halfway through, and Corona happened, and it was like, nope, can't hang out anymore, guys. So we're just gonna put a big hold on that. So I literally had to write down everything that happened. I want to read one of your short stories. No, you don't. You don't want to read one of my short stories. They're bad. Like, you want to know where my short stories are? They're in this. Look how old
like he takes a hammer to it on screen. Just
no, this is such an old hard drive. It is it's only 40 gigs big.
Ooh, huge.
And like this is where all my old short stories are. I cannot access them at all because I do not have the stuff for it. But that's where all my old short stories are. They probably are still in there. I would have to like get a certain thing to like access them, but I don't want to pay for it.
Struggle's real. All right.
Yeah.
So in a minute, I'm going to turn it over to you guys to plug everything, tell us where to find everything about you, everything like that. But I want to ask you one more thing. If someone were coming and looking to get into strongman or powerlifting, either or, what advice would you give them from the get-go?
I would honestly say try it. Like find. Honestly, I would say not do it like us. For the first thing, because we actually bought the implements. I would try to find a place that actually has the implements and that you could try them. I would say that number one, and then number two is actually try and see if like you're okay with it. Like we both have separate opinions on this, so I would say actually try and like see if like you're willing to do these implements, because you think going under a squat is scary. Imagine having to put a stone on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine having to put a 12-inch log over your head. Like that. Like a lot more people would think that's scarier, or more scary than that. But if like let's say you're like, yeah, like I actually like doing strongman, like that's cool. Like what do I do next? It's like train for a competition. Like just go out. Like good. Like there's so many local competitions. Not right now, but like there's so many local competitions that you could go to. The entry fee is like normally not that high, and the barrier to entry for like novice is not that high either. So if you're relatively strong, you could go into a strongman competition very easily.
Yeah, I would say don't be intimidated by the implements, and just learn as much like technique as you can, and yeah, definitely get into a competition, and don't be afraid to compete in the sport, because we got into it. We were like, oh man, like we're probably gonna get like blown out on these things, and it's like there were people there that you could just tell they never got practice with certain implements, but they jumped into the competition regardless, and they had a lot of fun doing it, because there's a lot of like support. I mean, the support at that competition was crazy. People like yelling every competitor's name and telling them like, keep going, you know. It was
rep,
crazy.
Rep.
Yeah, just the support that was there was awesome.
Very cool.
And like the whole process of like just being there at that competition, and it's like they understand like the people that put it on, like they understand that like you're there to prove yourself, and they respect that. Like they actually respect that, like, hey, like you're here to prove something. You're not here just to like mess around. You're actually trying to see like what something Don told me when we were doing the backyard stuff and over the competition. You said that competition is going to be way more different than doing it in the backyard. You're going to have people yelling at you. You're going to have people telling you stuff. And the interesting part about it was that it was all just a fucking blur. Like for us, like we both did something that I would suggest no one ever fucking do in their lifetime. We showed up to the competition with empty stomachs.
And no food for the whole day.
So the competition started at what, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
It started at 9 o'clock. We showed up at 7. And we showed up at 8. So we showed up at 8, started at 9. Actually ended up starting at 10.
Yeah.
Because like they had to set up everything. They have their own stuff that they had to like set up. So
and it was scheduled until 5 p.m.
Yeah, but it went on until like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And then it officially ended at like 10.
Fuck.
Because it officially ended at 10 because they had to calculate everything. Because there was over 150 people in that competition, or it was over 100 people.
Yeah, over 100 people.
100 people in that competition, men and women. So like, it was insane. Like literally, like to get between people, like you would have to be like, yeah, excuse me, like they're calling me. It's like, no, dude, you can't. Like, I'm trying to watch. No, I need to go. Like, you need to move. Move. It's like literally, it was so tight there.
It was so packed. Yeah, it was in total, it was like 400 or 500 people, like packed in this one area.
And then like the room capacity was only like 100.
Damn, that's nuts.
There's so many people there.
So it's like, at least bring some like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches if you go into competition. At least that.
Not just 1 or 2. I'm saying like 6.
Our total competition time that we were actually competing was about 5 minutes.
But we were dead.
Out of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
We were dead after it.
Sounds very similar to powerlifting, honestly. Yeah.
Right.
So the real pro tip I'm getting is eat. Eat before a competition. Get in a competition and eat. That makes a big difference. It does.
And just you're not competing against anybody in your first competition. You're just competing against yourself. You're just trying to do the best that you can, and that's it. Don't worry about competing against other people.
Well, that wasn't true with us though, because
now we wanted to whoop some ass.
Yeah, we straight wanted to whoop some ass. We straight showed up and like out the gate. Okay, so I'm gonna fucking go off tangent real quick again. So the day started, it was already raining. Competition stated, rain or shine, you are competing, regardless. So we were like, okay, so they're just gonna move everything inside, and we're like everyone, it's just gonna go a long day. No, like the yokes were outside. Like the first event was yoke, so they set up 2 yokes, and like I believe it was the lightweight, middleweight, then heavyweight. And by the time it got to us, the whole like parking lot that we were in was wet. So we were both running on wet ground with 500 pounds on our backs. And
we did pretty well.
Yeah, I believe I got 1560 something.
Yeah, and I got 27.
Oh yeah. Good for you guys. Way to adapt.
160 feet is what we had to run.
Shit.
Or 120 feet. Yeah.
But we were told it was only supposed to be like 50 feet. It's supposed to be 50
Yeah, it's
feet.
supposed to be 100, and it was actually 120.
Damn.
Like
So it's even better. Even better than what we did like in training.
And like with that whole competition, it just rained the whole day. So events were like pushed back. Like stuff was like we had to wait on. Like we had to keep waiting for the rain to stop. And then I believe it eventually just was pouring so hard that they had to move everything inside. So there was like 400 people inside that gym. So like to actually get up to like be able to like overhead press the log, like you had to be between like 6 different people.
Except we did the log outside.
Yeah, because eventually it cleared up.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
But
yeah, definitely compete and eat.
Compete and eat.
Eat a lot.
That's your motto right there.
Well,
Forward strength. Compete and eat.
well, like eat before the competition. Eat a lot before the competition and eat a good amount during it.
Like in between the events.
Yeah,
like
because I would not say like eat a whole meal during like after your event. I would say I would say like eat like half a pancake or something.
Yeah.
Or like half a sandwich.
Very cool. All right, guys. So to bring us on home, can you tell us where we can find you, what you normally stream, when you normally stream it, your socials? I want all things Forward Strength. Give it to us all.
So the stream, our Twitch channel is Forward Strength. You could check us out every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We do try to stream in between those days, but those are random. Those are very, very, very random times and days that we will stream. But you could always catch us on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, because those are our bench, squat, overhead, and deadlift days. So the most impressive ones are Tuesday and Friday.
Right.
So those are the most impressive days. And like most of the time, you'll probably catch me in like other people's streams. I do try to come out and like I'm normally the one that tries to come out and check out other fitness streamers because we are part of this community, and it's a great community to be a part of. And like I gotta thank you, man, like for coming out and like helping us with like everything, and like being so like such a great like role model, I would say, for like the fitness community here on Twitch, because it's like you are like, even though like sadly you don't get as many views as like these other guys that aren't doing like doing the fitness community justice, like honestly, like there's some people on here that just do stuff like just to and then look good, but like you actually come on, you show people what you're doing, and then you like game with them and you actually like talk to them. So I just want to say, like, I appreciate you being part of this community and like actually being, I would say, like one of the leaders in it, even though like you're not like one of the big ones, but I would say that you are a leader in the fitness community on here.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I really do. It's a lot.
And so like back to shameless self-promoting. Like our Instagram is
Forged Strongman.
Forged Strongman.
You can drop it in the chat if you'd like to, by the way. If you want to link anything or promote all you want, man. This is your time.
And you can see all our main lifts on there.
So yeah, for Forged Strongman, you could like Don said, you could check out our lifts. We mainly post our main lifts on there, and like our like what else? I know we post some other stuff on there.
I mean, you can watch like all of our competition events on there as well.
That's right.
And then sometimes, like I post some like Photoshop stuff on there during like the Christmas stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
But we're just a couple guys that are just trying to bring more eyes onto the strongman side of things. Like that's what we're mainly about. I know you have your message of like taking things that like piss you off or like that are like just things that upset you in your life and take it and take the negative and put it into a positive. Like I know that's your whole thing. But for us, we just want more people to go into strongman and actually compete and like make this like, because we want like powerlifting and strongman to be like, oh yeah, I know what strongman is. I know what powerlifting is. Like, because like normally if you ask people, oh, like you know what powerlifting is? Oh yeah, I know what that is. That's those crazy guys that lift a lot of weight. It's like, yeah, you know what strongman is?
I literally, like, anytime that I said, yeah, we're competitive strongmen, they're like, what's that? And it's like, well, we do powerlifting. And they're like, oh, okay. And so it's like, but with like weird implements.
Very cool. Well,
but you know, we're also on the smaller side. So it's sort of like showing people that smaller people are capable of doing this. You don't have to be over 6 foot to do strongman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those tall fuckers will get you every time, I tell you what. Well, guys, I really want to thank you for coming out here today, right as my dogs start freaking the fuck out. Thank you very much for coming on, sharing a little bit about your personal lives, about the channel, about everything. If you guys haven't checked out Forge Strength, you're fucking up. Go check them out. They're down to earth. They'll talk to you. They're not going to just ignore you and let you Google at them, even though, trust me, that's plenty of fun. But you go get to see them throw stones around. You go get to see them lift weight that I only dream of and squat. And they're just good dudes. So go check them out. You're doing yourself a favor if you do. But
yeah, and here in like 4 weeks, we will be doing like strongman events.
Ooh,
so we will be doing.
Definitely tune in for that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming out. I appreciate you. Oh, give us your best flex. Let's go.
I don't got biceps, man. I can't have biceps.
There it is. Hell yeah. All right, guys. You take care. We'll be in touch. We always see each other. Well,
yeah.
Good talk with you guys. Have a great night. See ya.
You too.
Have a good one.
All right, everybody. That was Forge Strength. Did they really go out right at the end? Oh, that's super awkward. Man, my technical issues today. But everybody, that is Forge Strength. Again, if you haven't checked them out, please do so. You can follow them down on Instagram to get all their latest lifts in that isolated environment, or you can go check them out on Twitch, where they live stream their training. Hey! Thank you very much, Echo Ghost. Holy shit, that was loud. Woo! Thank you very much. I appreciate the bit, man. But yeah, check them out. Send them a follow if you like their content. And see them lift some heavy shit, because what's better than that, right? But thank you very much for tuning in for another episode of Toss a Mic to Your Twitcher. I really do appreciate you guys coming out and embracing the dark side.